Imagine that when we think of environmental destruction, we picture oil spills, deforestation, or plastic choking our oceans. But lurking quietly in the background, there's a much less talked about culprit: monocropping. While it may not make the front page of environmental news, monocropping is a farming practice that's causing major damage to our ecosystems. And surprisingly, this method is at the heart of the plant-based food system. The foods many of us believe are helping save the planet might actually be doing more harm than good. Monocropping is the practice of growing a single crop, such as soy, wheat, or corn, on the same piece of land year after year. On the surface, it might seem efficient. After all, growing the same crop continuously should make the process streamlined, right? But in reality, this method comes with significant environmental consequences. When you plant the same crop season after season, the soil becomes depleted of its natural nutrients, leading to the heavy use of chemical fertilizers. These chemicals are supposed to boost the growth of the crops, but they come with a hidden cost. Pesticides and herbicides are also necessary to control the weeds and pests that thrive in such uniformity. This not only harms the soil, but it also damages the surrounding ecosystems, draining water resources and leaving the land unable to support biodiversity. The impact of monocropping on soil health is one of the most severe environmental issues. Healthy soil is vital for carbon storage, water retention, and overall plant growth. However, when monocropping depletes the soil, the fertile topsoil starts to wash away due to erosion, leaving the land barren and unable to support diverse plant life. As a result, farmers are forced to rely on synthetic fertilizers to keep yields up. This creates a cycle of dependence on chemicals that worsens the problem over time. This practice not only reduces the productivity of the land, but also harms biodiversity. Large-scale monocropping eliminates the natural habitats of countless species. The use of pesticides and herbicides decimates insect populations, and the lack of plant diversity makes it impossible for other species to thrive. Ultimately, monocropping turns what was once a vibrant ecosystem into a barren field. When we talk about the environmental impact of food production, another often overlooked aspect is water usage. Crops like soy, almonds, and corn are some of the most water-intensive plants to grow. In regions like California, where water is already a limited resource, monocropping exacerbates the strain on water systems. For instance, almond farming alone uses millions of gallons of water each year. And it's not just about water usage, it's also about water pollution. The chemical fertilizers and pesticides used in monocropping seep into rivers, lakes, and oceans, creating what are known as dead zones. These are areas so polluted that aquatic life cannot survive, disrupting entire ecosystems. You might wonder how all of this fits into the plant-based food movement. As plant-based diets gain popularity, the demand for crops like soy, wheat, and corn has increased significantly. Many vegan products, including plant-based meats, rely on these crops for protein and texture. Soy is a staple in many vegan and vegetarian diets because it's a source of plant-based protein. But the massive industrial-scale farming required to meet this demand is unsustainable. It perpetuates the cycle of soil degradation, water overuse, and habitat destruction. While switching to plant-based foods might seem like an environmentally friendly choice, the reliance on monocropping reveals a much darker reality. So, what's the solution? The answer may lie in regenerative agriculture, particularly regenerative livestock farming. Unlike monocropping, regenerative farming practices work with nature. By rotating crops, grazing livestock on pastures, and avoiding synthetic chemicals, regenerative farming helps restore soil health, improve water retention, and increase biodiversity. Livestock such as cows, sheep, and goats graze on grasslands, naturally fertilizing the soil as they move. This promotes plant growth, strengthens soil structure, and reduces the need for artificial inputs like fertilizers and pesticides. Healthier soil can store more carbon, helping mitigate climate change. Regenerative farming practices restore ecosystems, rather than depleting them, making them a much more sustainable approach to food production. The environmental crisis caused by monocropping forces us to rethink our understanding of sustainability. While plant-based diets are often marketed as the greenest option, the farming practices behind many plant-based foods are contributing to soil depletion, water scarcity, and ecosystem destruction. This challenges the narrative that cutting out animal products is the most sustainable path. Regenerative livestock farming offers a more holistic approach, where animals are part of a cycle that nurtures the land instead of depleting it. It's not about choosing between plant-based or animal-based diets. It's about adopting farming practices that regenerate the earth. As more people become aware of the environmental damage caused by monocropping, it's essential to evolve the conversation around sustainability. It's time to move beyond the simple plant-based versus animal-based debate and start focusing on how our food is produced. Monocropping, despite its popularity in the plant-based food industry, is wreaking havoc on our ecosystems, but regenerative agriculture offers a solution. If we want a truly sustainable future, it's crucial to move away from harmful practices and embrace farming systems that restore and regenerate the earth. By supporting regenerative agriculture, we can help protect the planet, preserve biodiversity, and ensure that future generations have access to healthy, sustainable food. The next time you're considering the environmental impact of your diet, remember that the choice isn't just about plant-based or animal-based eating. It's about supporting the practices that help sustain the planet. Whether your diet includes meat or not, prioritizing farming practices that work in harmony with nature is the real key to a healthier, more sustainable future.